Good morning, everybody. Today is we are actually, from the day of filming this, we're 13 days away from leaving on our next carnival cruise, which will be on the Carnival Sunshine. We'll be taking an 8-day in the what side of that is it? It's the Eastern Caribbean. So Caribbean cruises. Appropriate shirt, right? So this is, I actually got this on the last cruise. It was pretty nice. It was on their special day. Towards the end of the cruise, they have a day where all the shirts go on like special, and they're like $10 or $5, $5 somewhere in there. So it's just, I felt like this was the appropriate time to wear the shirt. So anyway, I've been asked recently a bunch of questions about cruising. So I'm going to answer a few of them, the ones that I feel like are important. I've also got a few things that I'll recommend you bring with you on the cruise to help you out. Because there's certain things on cruises and all that stuff that people don't know about. So I have a few things here that are smart to bring with you if you want to bring with you. If not, then it is perfectly fine if you don't. But let's get into the questions that have been asked. So, I've been asked, what kind of clothing do you bring on cruises? Well, with us going on a Caribbean cruise on Carnival, I do recommend warm weather clothing. So shorts, t-shirts, tank tops, swim trunks, things like that. Flip-flop sandals are great. Do bring closed-toed shoes, some nicer closed-toe shoes, because there are formal nights on the ship. So you're going to want to bring nicer clothes, like slacks for the guys, or even some guys dress up in a full suit or tuxedo. There's also, for the women, you want to do either some nice dress slacks or a dress or something like that to wear for formal night, because on the cruises, if you're doing a 3 to 5 day cruise, you'll have one formal night the entire cruise. And that's the night when everyone gets all gussied up and goes out there, and they do special like places where you get your pictures taken and things like that. So you can have special pictures taken on that day, so where you and your partner or husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever can have nice pictures taken, or you can even have your kids go and stand in these little areas and have nice pictures taken. And during the cruise, if you feel like purchasing it, you can purchase the pictures, and they'll do it in whatever size you want. They'll do it on canvases. They'll do it just however you want the pictures done. And they come out gorgeous every single time. But you can have it done in these little special places, so that way, if you feel like having pictures done, then you can have them done. So on a 3 to 5 day cruise, you have one formal night, the entire cruise. So you just have to plan for one night to dress up nice. So say you're going on a 6 to 11 or a 13-day cruise. Yeah, skipping over 12 days, that's something else. So 6 to 11 and 13-day cruises, you'll have 2 formal nights. So you got to plan accordingly for the formal nights that way too. The second formal night isn't as a big of a deal as the first one is, but it is still a pretty big deal for some people. And then finally 12 night and 14 on up. So there's 14, there's 16-day cruises that I saw that go to Hawaii and things like that. They do 3 formal nights in the cruise. So, like I said, plan accordingly. And if you don't want to bring that many clothes with you, just know on all of the ships, at least in the Carnival fleet that I know of, all of them do have laundry facilities that you can use. Those will be located in different areas on the ships, and it's just a nominal fee that you pay with your sail and sign card that you get at the beginning of the cruise. It's just a card that has your name, has your time for your dinner on it, where you're sitting for dinner, and it's the card that you'll have to have with you the entire time on the ship. And that will be literally your everything, that card. That will allow you to get off the ship, that will allow you to get back onto the ship. And if you don't have that card, it's not good. Anyway, but the laundry facilities are found in different locations along the Carnival ships. So say you need to do laundry at some point during the cruise. You can do that. And they offer soaps there and all that stuff. But But if you don't want to pay the extra money for soap on the ship, I do recommend, and this is one of my recommendations that people don't normally think about bringing with them, but we do now because now we know there's laundry on the ship. We do laundry pods. And it is just an easy thing to bring with you. They are in their own little bag, so you can just throw it into your luggage and have it with you. So when you go to the laundry, you can take your clothes, take your Tide Pods or all pods or whatever type of pods you have, and just throw a couple of those into the washer, start it up, and wash everything. And that way you have clean clothes and you don't have to pack as much. I mean, we are having a few days at sea, so what else are you going to do? Relax, do a little laundry. You can do that, or they do offer in the staterooms laundry service. So there's bags that will be found in your stateroom that you can load up garments in, and they charge you per garment. So just remember that if you want to wash some clothes, they charge you per garment, unless you're a higher level in the ranking system on Carnival Cruise Lines. And there is, the beginners will have a blue card. I believe it's blue. Yeah, it's blue. And then after that, you'll go to red status, and you'll be red status for a certain period of time. And then you'll go to gold status, which is what my wife and I are right now. We are gold status, and we're working on reaching the next level, which is platinum status. And at platinum status, you get perks that are, one of them is you can do 3 of those bags of laundry per cruise, per person. So it does have its advantages. There's also, you get on the ship sooner, you get to go to your stateroom sooner, you get to disembark onto different places. If there's a tender boat that you have to go into the port with, you get to disembark sooner than everybody else. They also offer some of those perks with an extended package on Carnival Cruises. It's called Faster to the Fun, which is limited on the amount of people that will be on the cruise that are higher status. So say you don't have many people on your cruise that are platinum and diamond status, which are the 2 top tiers of cruising, then they'll offer more Faster to the Fun people, or Faster to the Fun perks to people. So you get the getting on board sooner, you get getting off board sooner, you get the tender sooner, you get to your stateroom sooner, you get to do all these little things quicker than other people. They also send your bags to you a lot quicker than other people too. So you'll have your bag in your stateroom most of the time within the first couple hours of being on the boat, as opposed to other people getting their bags usually around about dinner time. So that's one thing to think about on these cruises also. So another question I've been asked is cash. How much do I need to bring? Do I need it for excursions? Do I need it for this? And do I need it for that? Yes and no. If you plan on purchasing things in port, you'll need cash. So that way you can purchase things, you can bargain with some places. I mean, some places that you shop, you can bargain with them, or barter with them, not barter, but bargain and wheel and deal with them and see if you can get a better price on things. Stores will not do that. Little kiosks, how do you want to call them? Little alcove thingies, like tents and stuff like that, they will bargain with you. And if you have cash, it works better. So cash, yes. If you need cash on the ship for any reason, you are able to get it from the Sail and Sign kiosk that will be located on, I believe it's the promenade deck and the mezzanine deck will have Sail and Sign kiosks that will also allow you to know how much money you spent on your Sail and Sign card, your outstanding balance on that card. If you have any money left over, they will kick it back to you in a check, a Bank of America check to be exact. And just little things like that. That's what's nice about the Sail and Sign kiosk. There is also ATMs on the ship, and those will be found on the promenade deck, which is deck 5, and the mezzanine deck, which is deck 4. Those will be the locations of the ATMs on the ship. Now note, the ATMs are filled up before the ship leaves, and they will not be filled up again until the ship returns to the port that you were leaving from. So note that any money that comes out of that ATM will dwindle towards the end of the cruises to the point of maybe even being empty. So just keep that in mind, that towards the end of the cruises, the ATMs will be run down. So that's just one thing to remember. There is a fee on the ATMs. The ATM fee is $6 per transaction on the cruise line. But the ATMs also offer you the option to be able to look at your bank account to see how much money you have in the account. Just transfer money from one account to another account and things like that, which is a nice thing to have on the ship while you're at sea. That way you know that you have enough money in your account at any given time. What else did I have here about monies? Oh, with the ATMs, they are sponsored by either Bank Atlantic of Fort Lauderdale or Cardtronics, sponsored by First Financial Bank. Now note that both types of ATM will take Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, but anything other than that you'll have to look into. On the Carnival site, it'll be available there at carnival.com/help. That is where you'll find anything you need to know, like questions that you have about cruising. It'll be right there. I didn't write down all the things that are available on each type, but I just noted that Visa, MasterCard, and American Express will be accepted in both types of ATM. So, and I believe the Cardtronics, sponsored by First Financial Bank, will also take Discover. So if you have a Discover card, that's the only one that will take Discover. So I just looked at that because my wife and I do have a Discover card, just in case we need to use it. So there's that. What else? You can take out a maximum of $500 on the ATM per day. So just note that. And I believe that is it that I have for ATM money. Yes, that is all I have for ATMs. So just in case you're wondering if you can get money on the cruise, yes you can. There's places to get them. Like I said, deck 5 and deck 4, the mezzanine and the promenade decks will have ATM machines. They also have the sail and sign card machine. So the little sail and sign kiosk is what they call it. So that way you can just swipe your sail and sign and look at your account. Well, you have to punch in a pen and you can look at your account. So it's nice. Alright, another one that I was asked was recommendations for things for like snorkeling, vests, stuff like that if you're on an excursion. Well, I would recommend stuff. I personally have a snorkel mask and snorkel, just a regular snorkel, that I take with me. It is something I purchased at Walmart, just cheap snorkel and stuff like that. I also have fins. It came as a set. I just got it at Walmart. That way I can take my own stuff with me, and that way I know it fits me every time I put it on. That way I'm not have to adjust it and stuff like that. And I can just put the fins on because they're big enough for my feet. I do have very large feet. And that way I can just get in the water, do my snorkeling thing, and film. But what my dad has is a full face mask that he purchased off of Amazon. I'll have a link in the description box below that you can click on and check that out. It's pretty nice. I also have other links for other snorkel masks and snorkels and stuff like that. That way you can click on those and check them out and see how you feel about them. So there's that. Also, I recommend bringing a bag. That is another question I was asked. Do I need a bag, a backpack, or whatever else? If you do bring your own stuff, it is smart to have a bag, because then you can just put it in the bag and carry it. That way you're not huffing around a mask or whatever else. I carry a backpack with me. It's the same backpack that I've carried for like the last 3 years. It is my go-to bag. It has done me no wrong. And it has 2 pockets on the side that are big enough that my wife and I can put our water bottles that we put in there. They're big 40-ounce Hydro Flask water bottles that we can fill those up with water on the ship and take them with us. That way we're not having to purchase water while in port, or trying to find a place to get water while in port, because some of these other countries do not have the same water treatment that we do here in Florida, and you may or may not be able to handle it with your stomach and stuff like that. So I do not want you to go into port, getting the water and drinking it, and having a severe issue later on down the road. That is not a good idea. But this brings me to my next thing that I recommend you bring with you also, because on the ship you will have places where you can get drinks. They offer free tea, lemonade, and water all the time on the ship. Also coffee, hot chocolate, hot tea. And the hot tea, that's another one that I'll be talking about here in a minute. They used to do something and now they've changed it. But with the drinks, the cups are about this big. It's about a 10, 12 ounce cup. It's tiny. And for me, I'm a big guy. I stand 6'2" and I weigh over 300 pounds. I am a big dude and I drink a lot of drink. So what I do is I bring a cup with me. This is my University of Tennessee cup. I take this with me on the ship for two reasons. One, I really like it. It's one of those metal cups, kind of like the Yeti cup. Two, it is this really bright orange color. I can see it from a distance away. Not many people like the color orange. I do. It is my favorite color. But I take this with me. It has a nice tight lid on it, and I can do hot or cold beverages in it, and it holds 32 ounces of drink. So I can fill this up at lunch, and it'll be good for me throughout my entire lunch. So I can have 32 ounces of drink, or in the morning I can fill it up with coffee. I have 32 ounces of coffee, which gives me enough energy to last me the rest of the day. Now, back to the tea. If you're a hot tea drinker, you have choice of two different types of tea. You'll have just a regular English breakfast tea, or just a black tea that they offer, or green tea. What they used to do was they offered you also Earl Grey, they offered you Lady Grey, they offered you other types of tea, but I'm an Earl Grey drinker. I love tea, especially at night after I finish dinner with my dessert. So I will be bringing tea. This is Twinings Earl Grey tea. This is my personal favorite. This is decaf, so I am not up all night long. It'll be one of those things I bring with me on the cruise. I'll put it down in a plastic bag. That way it's not as big, bulky box. I don't have this taking up space in my bag. I'll be putting down a plastic bag, and I'll be taking that with me on the cruise because I do enjoy a cup of tea after dinner. It's a nice thing to have. It goes great with any of the desserts, especially the chocolate molten lava cake that Carnival is known for. Delicious. And with that cake, I do recommend going with a nice butter pecan ice cream with it. They give you a vanilla ice cream. It's okay with the vanilla. Butter pecan's the way to go. Trust me on that one. Pro tip: if you're a fan sleeper, if you sleep with a fan running, I do recommend bringing a small fan with you. I will not be bringing one with me. It's not necessary for me. It's just I sleep with a fan. I don't need one on the ship. It's fine. The room's cool enough. The air circulation's fine. All that. You can adjust the air temperature in your room, the flow of the air that blows through there, all that stuff. You have complete control of everything in your room, which is really nice. But I do recommend, if you plan on having anything like cameras, or I have a CPAP machine, which I need a cord for because my wife and I sleep a certain way, and I need a cord that's long enough that I can reach from the power outlet, which will be found on the vanity. There's usually two power outlets, and now they have two USB ports that you can plug in your USB charging whatever into and charge your camera or your phone or whatever else you have to charge. You can just plug it right into that thing and charge it up. It's great. But I do recommend bringing with you, like I said, I have a CPAP, so I bring an extension cord. This is just a regular old white indoor extension cord. I'll bring this for my CPAP machine. I'll throw it down in my bag, my CPAP bag, and it'll be good to go. I also recommend bringing a power strip. I don't have one with me here to show you, but I ordered a new power strip, and it has 4 outlets on the top, and it has 5 additional USB ports on the front, because like you can tell on this channel, I do film while on the cruise, so I need to be able to charge up all of my devices, which would be my camera batteries. It's the only device I carry with me. I actually take my phone, turn it off, and stick it into the safe that would be found on the ships inside your room that you can change the passcode on or swipe a card with, and it'll work just fine. And that way, my phone is put away. I don't even have to worry about it. No one's contacting me anyway, because I'm on a cruise and they know that, and I am not going to respond to any contact from anybody because I do not want to pay that fee. So we do buy the communications package on the cruise for, what do they call that package? It's called the social package. That's what it is. On Carnival, they have a social package. I think it's like $5 a day. We do that one. That way we can keep in touch with people here at home if we need to. We can also upload onto Facebook and Instagram and all that. So expect to see pictures on Instagram. My Instagram link will be down in the bottom in the description, right down there. So you can go to Instagram and follow me on there, and I'll be uploading pictures onto it. You can check it out. Next question I was asked was, do you need a fancy room? Do you need a balcony room? Do you need an ocean view room? Do you need an interior cabin, just a simple interior cabin? Personally, I don't think you need a fancy room. If you plan on staying in your room the whole time, being antisocial and not doing all the fun things available on the ship, like go to the pool, do the water slides, do any of the games, do any of the trivia, do any of the shows, or go to dinner or lunch, or even just sit around on the deck. People do that. Just sit on the deck. Then, yeah, sure, you can get a fancy room or upgrade. But for me, we did an interior cabin this time around. I do not prefer the interior cabins. I like the natural light coming in the morning from the ocean view rooms. That's my preferred room. But this time we were just doing it on the cheap. We're getting together, having the whole family go with us. It was just going to be this fun thing that we're going to do, and it's going to be an absolute blast. But we did the interior cabin, so I'll just set up wake-up calls every day so I can wake up in time to go out and see the sunrise, because I love to watch the sunrise on a cruise. I wake up early most mornings, and it's just, I like to watch the sunrise on a cruise. I just wake up early, go out there, sit on the deck, and just watch it. Drink coffee, tea, whatever. So you don't need a fancy room. They send you email after email and saying, hey, upgrade your room, and blah, 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 and here's this special rate and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. You really don't. It's just their way of trying to make more money. And, I mean, I don't blame them. The more money they make, the better they can make the ships, and they have another ship coming out soon. They already came out with this new one, the Horizon. Last year we were on the Vista, which was their newest ship at the time. Now they have the Horizon, and now they're working on another one coming out. I forgot what it was called. I'll get back to you on that. But you don't need to upgrade your room to something big and fancy and expensive. You can just stick with an interior cabin or even an ocean view room. It'll be just fine. Finally, the question I was asked was about pools and jacuzzis and the chair situation and stuff like that. There's a problem on these ships. It's called chair hogs. And what they do is they wake up, someone in their group wakes up early in the morning. And they go down, get towels, and climb chairs. Especially the chairs that are closest to the water by the pools. And they'll take and put their towel over that chair, and they'll claim that chair as theirs, and then they'll go back to sleep and wake up later on and come back out and sit at the chair. Early morning is usually when you can get a decent chair. Also, if you get there early enough, you can enjoy the pool without a bunch of kids running around and just splish splashing all over the place. I mean, nothing wrong with kids, but sometimes you just want to relax. And as an adult too, there is the Serenity deck. It's 21 and over, and you're allowed to go out there, sit, relax. They have 2 jacuzzis, usually heated jacuzzis. Um, some ships even have a small pool in the Serenity Deck area. I know the Carnival Legend has a pool in their Serenity Deck. And then the Vista and the Horizon have the Havana areas, which are special or specific for Havana Cabana or Havana experience people, which we were last year. We did the Havana experience, and if you have the band, the special band that you're wearing, you can go to that pool or you can go to those jacuzzis in that area and sit there and relax. And there's a special area as a perk to those people who get those specific rooms. So you want to get there a little bit earlier if you want to get a good seat at the pool, or a little bit later on and just get a regular seat. Sometimes their seats open up, sometimes they don't. They usually have a ton of seats all over the ship. Also, day of boarding is a very busy day. You'll be getting on the ship. A lot of times your stateroom will not be ready. It won't be ready till later on in the day. They also open up the buffets, so you can go and eat when you get on the ship. So if you haven't eaten yet during the day, just go to the buffet and eat. They have a little bit of everything there. Usually the first day it's pretty mixed stuff. There's a lot of stuff to choose from, so you can usually find something you'll like. They have 24-hour ice cream, 24-hour pizza, and the pizza's actually pretty decent. Ice cream will be available 24 hours a day the whole time you're on the cruise. Drinks, beverages, and stuff like that, those will all be available. What else? They do have specialty dining on there that you can sign up for. You can make reservations for. We have reservations first night that we're on the ship for Fahrenheit 555, which is the steakhouse that is available on Carnival ships. The first night, if you do on the cruise, if you do first night dining in the steakhouse, then you get to get a free bottle of wine that comes with it, which is a nice little perk. There's also Gigi's Asian Kitchen. So either one of them that you can, or any of the 3 of them that you can eat at, is specialty dining. There's also, I think there might be a bonsai sushi on this one, which is pretty nice. You get to sit down, you order sushi, and they also offer ramen, things like that. It's really good. We ate there. This is last cruise. And this one here, I think I'm going to take advantage of it again because I really did enjoy it. I'm a big fan of ramen. So, what else do I need to cover for first-time cruisers? I can't think of anything. I mean, it is your typical Carnival cruise. It will be 8 days at sea, and it'll be a great experience. So, I'm looking forward to meeting some family members I haven't met yet. I've talked to them on Facebook, but that's about the extent of it. This will be the first time meeting them in person, so I'm looking forward to that. What else? We'll have my parents with us on this one. My in-laws, my wife's parents will be with us on this one. And it is going to be a great time. Anyway, with that being said, I'm off. And as always, keep living a good life.